All right. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Leslie. You want to come on over here? Whoa. Yo, chicken. How you doing, my man? Bigfoot Airsoft, how you freaking doing, man? J Racer, how you doing? How are you? Pretty stressed out, I'm not gonna lie. The Coloradian guy, how you doing? Oscar, what's up, my man? Leslie, she absolutely didn't care about what I was doing this entire time. And as soon as I pressed the go live button or start stream button, she jumps on my lap and starts biting my hands. Hey, no bites. But yo, dude, ow, how are you? A little stressed out. I didn't stream last week, obviously, so I couldn't really get, you know, get all this build up out. A lot of stuff's been going on. With YouTube, with me being a little overly paranoid about my future. Honestly, I've been thinking about a whole lot of stuff for the past couple weeks. I have a lot of video ideas going on in my head right now, and that's not really what's stressing me out. But it's just kind of a lot of stuff. Are you okay? I'm okay, I guess. Honestly, I need some kind of a vacation or something. But for the most part, I'm okay. I'm just thinking about a lot of different stuff right now. Um, and when it comes to YouTube stuff, I don't really have that many people I can talk to about it. Hope you feel better. I'll be better. It's just it's almost like burnout, and then just kind of a lot of stuff that's going on YouTube right now that's kind of scaring the crap out of me. Um, so it's like all sorts of different things, but hopefully everyone else is doing okay. That's the main big thing. Hopefully everyone else is doing okay. Does anybody have any plans for the weekend? Because tomorrow I'm going to go to a gun show and then possibly go out to Mission. I would like to go out to Mission Airsoft. I don't know if I'll be able to make it fit, but I'm going to a gun show in Floresville, Texas, and I haven't been to a good gun show in like honestly a couple of years. The really good one that used to be here called the Saxit closed out, so I've been wanting to go to a good one. Were you thinking about going on vacation? I've never seen New York, but I've also never seen like the northeast of the United States. I've got a friend in Washington that I can go visit. I have a friend in Jersey that I can go visit. I kind of want to go see some places like that, like in the country. But I could always go check out my friend Josh all the way up in Toronto again, Ontario. Sorry, if I wanted to go back to Canada for a bit. Honestly, with how hot it's been in Texas, I'd honestly totally welcome it. Yes, I'm doing my motorbike license. Oh, dude, good luck on you on that, my man. Good luck. Super pumped about it. Awesome. That's freaking awesome, my man. Yo, what's good? What did I miss? We just started, Josh. Hope to play Airsoft on Sunday, but the radar said it's going to rain. I'm kind of worried, but I'm going to run gas blowback only, so I should be fine. Yeah, as long as you do your cleaning. Hopefully, it's not too like heavy rain because we've had a lot of like really heavy rain here in Texas lately. I'm having a hell of a diet of Monster and saltine crackers right now. Not much here. I'm in Pennsylvania. I don't think I've been to Pennsylvania. No, I haven't been to Pennsylvania yet. Scott, what is your favorite thing to get from Starbucks? I'm not a coffee person, so honestly, it'd probably be like one of their Danishes or something like that. Nah, I've never really got anything from them. Where's the kitty? She's jumping around here. She like as soon as we started the stream, she started biting my fingers and going after my wires. So I have the motherfucking thing on me, and she won't get near me if I have this in my hand. So I kind of don't want my hands all bitten up right now. She still has this thing where she bites a lot, and then she'll want pets, and then after a while she'll stop biting again. So every time, even if she nibbles, I put this in her face, and she freaks out and she runs away. But she's also having this problem where she's like jumping onto people, like new people that get introduced. Like a friend of mine, Levi, he came over. She immediately jumped onto his back. So I gotta stomp that out real quick. You know the deal. Leslie, it's funny. I'm not sure if you can see this. She's right over there next to. She's right over there next to my longboard. She's like, I don't know, she's terrified or something like that. So yeah, she's just chilling over there. She'll probably jump around over here in a bit. If I call her over, it's just I don't want her like trying to jump onto the keyboard. I was actually working on a video. I've been working on a video this whole past week, but I have something that happened in the family recently. I'm going to keep it a little private. But I had something in the family happen recently, so I've had to like put a break on that for a couple days. It's my next video over the stainless steel AKM that I used at or tried to use at ACS Airsoft's Noob Day event. I was recording, and whenever I record, I have a long wire that goes from my laptop, which is what's streaming right now. So I'll have a long wire running from my laptop, and the laptop will stay in the living room. The wire goes all the way back around into my closet where I narrate, because it's really easy to get all the sound out. So I narrate in the closet, and the laptop is in the living room. Especially whenever my laptop overheats, it like starts up the fan and it makes way too much noise. So I was recording, and I was like halfway done with the recording, and something just told me, go check and see if the laptop is still recording. And I did, and Leslie was sitting on my laptop, and she closed out the entire recording program. So I lost all of that, so I had to redo it one more time. Guys, give me one split second. I'm just getting a phone call, and right now I kind of need to answer every single one of them. It's for my mom real quick. So, Mommy is on the phone. Hey, Mom, are you good? Hello? Are you good? All right, sorry, I'm just live streaming right now. Just making sure everything's good. Yeah, I'll call you right afterwards. Love you too, Mom. See you later. Okay. Just a surprise visit from Mama. I really want to start switching to gas blowback. Do you recommend the $200 Matrix gas blowback M4? Honestly, if it's MWS compatible, Turkey Marie compatible, that's always a really good thing, because you can swap out everything. And the MWS system is really, really popular right now. So that's kind of the thing to go to. Scott, have you ever gone to Indiana? You having Pizza King if you have what? And have Pizza King. I don't think I haven't been to Indiana, so I haven't had Pizza King. But honestly, I could kill for a little bit of food right now. I've got a lot of stuff planned after this. Hey, buddy, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to be here again. What's up, Riley? I kind of have a lot of stuff stressing me the hell out. That's honestly what it is. Lots of YouTube policy changes that are scaring the crap out of me. I didn't know there was commercials in this background. A lot of YouTube policy problems that I'm sure a lot of people have heard. And I can't skip this commercial for 45 seconds. That's freaking awesome. There's like a bunch of stuff going on YouTube that is kind of freaking me out. And I have an interview to do with a couple YouTube representatives and a YouTube manager. Some really well-connected people that know how YouTube works on the inside and know a lot of information. And I want to do this interview with them. And I've got like a list of all these questions that I and a few other big-time YouTubers have put together, so we can finally get some real answers to how YouTube treats or thinks about airsoft, which also bleeds into real firearms content. But now I kind of get told that if I make this video, I am tempting YouTube to shut down the entire channel or to lose all monetization on the US Airsoft channel. And I kind of still want to go through with it. So I'm not sure if this video will happen in the next 2 weeks or so. We're gonna finalize the list of questions, and I'm gonna run it by a few other YouTubers to make sure it's like all the important stuff, and then actually, wait a minute, Ducky. Then we'll go ahead and try to start that video up. So I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared about all sorts of things, but the only thing is, YouTube right now is really, really going hard on a lot of firearms content, and Airsoft kinda is firearms content according to YouTube whenever it matters, and it's weird. It's really odd. And like a lot of creators, including myself, are seeing huge dips in our numbers, and it's ridiculous. Like for myself, I can speak for myself because I'm not going to go ask a lot of creators about their numbers because I don't think that's any of my business. So for myself, like maybe 3 or 4 months ago, if you've ever wanted to know about how much I make from just YouTube itself, what's up? Yo, Aerosmith, how you freaking doing, my dude? So, like maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I think my highest month that I ever made from YouTube, like the money I make from YouTube itself, was like $3,400, like $3,400. That was probably like 3 or 4 months ago. And it was steadily going up. It was steadily getting there. It was like 2,600, 2,400, then 2,800, then 3,400, right? Like it was steadily going up, and I was starting to get more and more excited because my intention was to pay off a whole bunch of like little debts that I have, like the camera equipment problems that I had that I made up for. I expected to use the cameras to invest, and then as the ad revenue kept coming in, I was going to pay that off. I was going to pay off my car. I was going to have all these things paid off. I wanted to have absolutely zero debt. But anyway, we went from like $3,400, and then the next month it went all the way down to $1,600, and then the next month it went down to $1,100, and the next month it's been at $900 a month. And YouTube pays out every once a month on the 21st. And if the 21st lands on a Saturday or Sunday, then you'll get paid the Monday, the very next weekday. So it was immediate drop, like big time. And it got to the point for me that no matter what video I put out, it didn't get any real substantial views as all the other content used to. And it wasn't that I was getting a bunch of comments saying like you fell off, your content sucks now, your editing's terrible, or no backlash at all. And usually whenever a channel does like it really hits rock bottom, well, we haven't hit rock bottom, not like that. Whenever a channel like totally falls off in numbers really quickly, it's usually because of some kind of scandal, or people aren't feeling them anymore, or like they've said something really stupid, or something like that. However, for myself, and I'm only talking about myself right now because I know there's a few other channels that are dealing with some crap right now, but they have their own reasons, and I don't want to try to like shake those reasons out of them because it's none of my business. I'm only telling what's going on with me. And then I go to VidCon, and I go there to specifically meet a bunch of YouTubers that I've always wanted to meet, which that was a success. I got to meet Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamers, the Act Man, Gamers from Mars, such a cool dude. Wavy Web Surf, Necessary Information. I always confuse for unnecessary information. Like I meet all these big YouTubers. I wish I got to meet JonTron, but it's like every time we were doing this, like just going around and never meeting each other. Chris James, I got to meet him. Really cool dude. So I got to meet everybody I wanted to for the most part. But the big reason why I went was to meet marketing representatives, managers, employees from YouTube, people very well connected, so I could ask them questions and the information would come as straightforward from YouTube's mouth as possible. And the information I got about Airsoft was very concerning. And now it's starting to make more sense, especially as YouTube has changed their policy with how they treat firearms. Like, I can't even put the EVIC logo in videos anymore. I can't refer you guys to go to shop with EVIC. I can't apparently give shout outs to companies like the next video is LCT, right? And I have to watch my words because if I said, hey, this video, thank you to LCT for supplying me with this is a Spec Arms. But thank you LCT for supplying me with this. This is fully sponsored by LCT, so go check them out. See if there's anything you like from. I can't say that. The video would get demonetized. However, YouTube is going even farther now. So if I were to do that, if I were to add the Evic logo, and you know how it says Evic, the E with the two M4s, and it says evic.com, I can't do that. If I were to, I'm now liable for a channel strike or the video to be deleted without notification to me. And apparently, as I've been told, no videos will be grandfathered in. We've seen this become a concern with Hickok45, and a few other channels have talked about it. Even Linus Tech Tips was starting to talk about it on like their on their podcast channel. So at the moment, the word is that no videos will be grandfathered in, but they're not sure if they want to go fully forward with this push. If they do, they technically could pull down like 80 to 90% of all the videos that I've ever made on the US Airsoft channel. And if they want to give strikes, the channel's gone. Like, the exterior, as I call them, exterior sponsorships make so much more money than YouTube pays out for content like Airsoft, for firearms content. That's why like every major firearms channel is sponsored by somebody that they can shout out every single time, and they get paid for that, either monthly or per video or whatever their deal is. Again, a lot of stuff is not my business, and I don't want to try to like put those secrets out there. It's not my business. So I missed a lot of this story, I think, Owen. I'm sorry. If you have any questions, guys, in the chat, if you have any questions at all, you guys know me. I will answer pretty much everything I possibly legally can, as long as it doesn't like oust anyone's secrets or something like that. Just ask me anything you want, and I should be able to answer it. So if you miss some things here, or if you're confused about something, feel free to ask it. I have no problem answering. It reminds me of how PSR always tells me to go to certain websites, and especially to never use a code. Yeah, that's another thing. YouTube is putting in. I just noticed that Leslie is right here. What the hell are you doing there? Leslie, what are you doing? How did you even get there? There you go, Alpha. There's Leslie. I don't know how she got there or when she got there. But yeah, that's another thing. Apparently I can't talk about the Evic exclusive code, which is a huge problem. That's a huge thing. I can't talk about that anymore in videos, so I'll be adding it to comments. That's another thing they don't like. So don't talk about codes. Don't talk about going to specific websites. She just knocked over Envy. So don't talk about codes. Don't talk about websites or manufacturers. Do not even allude to places you can go to get the certain stuff. Come here. You're gonna fall over. Come here. There you go. So there's a lot of stuff that's like really scaring the shit out of me, and I can't talk to. Now she wants the wires. I can't talk to my family about it. My mom, she doesn't know anything about the internet. She doesn't care about the internet. It doesn't bother her one bit. So she's a loving mother, but she, as she says herself, she's ignorant to the internet. But she's very supportive. She'll be like, Scott, do whatever makes you happy, right? So when I talk to my siblings, basically I just get told, quit. Just quit. Just quit already. Like, I never get any kind of other word of edgewise. It's just quit. Just quit. It's like, well, I can't do that. I can't just quit. Fuck everybody. Just quit. That's all I get told. So I don't even talk to them anymore about that kind of stuff. Love them, but I just can't talk to them about it because I just get told the same thing. Nobody. And when it comes to me talking to other YouTubers, I talk to a bunch of other YouTubers about it, but I also don't want to be the complainer. You know, I don't want to always be complaining about that and being the bearer of bad news. I'm a very paranoid person. So, now, if I were to straight up quit, I'd honestly, at this moment, right now, I'd probably be much better off when it comes to, like, finances and stuff like that. Because it's gotten so low. And I'm trying out all sorts of different content. I'm trying all sorts of different ideas. I've got all sorts of stuff in the pipeline coming up. But whenever you're basically being told that no matter what you make, it's not going to go anywhere because YouTube does not want that to go anywhere, you kind of get that like urge to want to do new stuff taken out of you. Another thing, if you ever see any video on the US Airsoft channel lately, it's almost always in the background a test. And I'll explain that here in a second. This is all fairly disheartening, especially as someone who has started making airsoft content on my main channel. Now, that's a cool thing. As you're a beginner, you actually get bigger push than a lot of us well-established people do. Whenever people really get serious about airsoft content creation and you're brand new, a lot of time the community is very open to it, as long as you're, credible. You're not acting like an asshole or like you're just deceiving people. If you're making good stuff, YouTube actually will push that quite a bit, but almost unknowingly. As I was told, whenever a channel is starting to get serious and a lot of their content can get pushed on the algorithm, but then if they figure out who you are over time and they figure out that they don't like the content that you're producing for what reason or another, they can manually suppress the channel. I have some examples of it. And I have some examples as to why that might not be true. Whenever I do the interview, that's something I really want to ask. Now, whenever I do the interview with the marketing guys, whenever I do the interview with YouTube representatives or managers, they've already told me that they cannot answer everything, even if they're anonymous. They can't hand out all the keys to the kingdom, So there's stuff I know about. There's some theories that I have. There's some ideas that we've had. Hopefully, whenever the interview happens, we'll get a lot of actual information. But we just got to see. I mean, Patreon is an option. So is Feet Finder, JSK. But I'm sure there was a lot of people that would support you, even if you got exclusive sticker or patch. That's another thing. I've always had an issue with doing Patreon. I almost have a problem with taking money from people, and that's a problem with me. That really is. Because also I would need fudge if we had like the base tier for you to join was like $5. I would legitimately need like 1,000 people to be signed up on Patreon for the US Airsoft channel, and realistically, that's not something that's going to happen very quickly. Because I got to think about bills. I got to think about how I'm going to make certain things work out. At the moment, I'm fine, but it's getting scary. I know some people think, oh, big YouTuber, you must be making thousands and thousands of dollars. He's probably a millionaire or some stupid shit like that. But they don't really know. And a lot of times whenever you do explain it, people don't want that to be the answer. So they have their own preconceived answer. But from when it concerns me, I've had my pay from YouTube basically quartered. That's it. And I've been making quite a lot of views still, but it just isn't paying out, or everything's getting demonetized. I also noticed that about like 60% of the channel got demonetized overnight, and I had to manually go and appeal every single video. And whenever I mentioned it on Twitter to Team YouTube, like the support line from them, all I got was a copy and paste. You can always appeal your demonetizations. Leo, how you doing, my man? Is the WE Tech Deagle reliable and is it compatible with AW custom drums? Yes, and I've been using mine for a while. Yes, the Armory Works ones are basically made for that because Armory Works is WE Tech. Most people forget that the things they see from YouTubers on social media are only the good things in life, never the shit. Because would you want me to be talking? Like, I've already had a lot of people tell me that I need to stop complaining. Like, do you constantly want to hear me talking about, like, oh, YouTube won't allow me post this, guys. Oh, we're getting demonetized. Oh, I can't afford to do this anymore. Like, people don't want to hear that. But, I mean, if I get to the point that I cannot pay my bills, I'm going to quit. That's just kind of how it is. It's either I quit or I pull back from full-time YouTube, and I will not be going back to any big events. Like, I know that I can get a very well-paying job in either the car industry or in the real estate industry. Like that would not be difficult for me at all. I make a few phone calls and I got a new, very well-paying job. I'm talking. I'm not gonna say by who now because I don't want like some piece of shit trying to like ruin this for me somehow. I was offered a pretty year, and it would honestly be pretty easy for me to do. So if it gets to the point where it becomes difficult for me to even pay bills, and I'm contemplating selling shit to pay bills, which like I've been homeless. I've seen that happen before. Start working for Evic. I don't want to move to California though. Like if I want to get like one of the real serious jobs, I don't want to really work. I don't want to go move out to California because then it won't matter, because then everything gets more expensive anyway. But as I was saying, if it gets to that point, I gotta pull back from full time YouTube because it just wouldn't make any sense. San Antonio bills are actually not very expensive. We have like some of the cheapest living here in Texas. Like what is it? What is a like? Do I have any California fans in chat right now? I know we have 20 people here. Do we have anyone from California? Do not go to California. California is nice to visit. I get a lot of stuff done. I get to go see a lot of awesome stuff. I like being in California to visit. Now, what does $1 million home look like in California? And don't start saying a shed. Like, what realistically, no memeing. What does $1 million get you when it comes to housing in California? Like SoCal. Bro, taxes in Canada are rough. I've heard that. I've heard that right now. Because I know what $1 million gets you here in Texas. A tent. Dorian. Yo, how you doing, Dorian? I had a nightmare once where I moved to California. Also, another thing is like, God, I could only imagine what kind of videos I could do if I didn't give a shit. Like, I didn't care how people thought about it. I could never do that. As a Californian, $1 million will get you a small house in Palm Springs. Now, Oscar, is that a nice town? Like, is that a nice area to be in? Or is that like an average town to be in? Or is that just like the hood? Like, to be honest. $1 million in California gets you an overpass to sleep under. There's the restroom. There's the restroom. I mean, honestly, everything around here is the restroom. Now, in San Antonio, whoa, Leslie, holy crap. Well, she just threw my phone charger. Okay, $1 million here in San Antonio. Palm Springs is upper class. Okay, well, okay, that's a nice place. As Californian, my dad's house is a single floor, 4 beds, 2 bath, easily $1 million in the South Bay area. My dad's a realtor. $1 million gets you a small single family home if you are in a pretty nice town, slightly above average city. In Minnesota, you would probably get a mansion. So in San Antonio, I've been inside $1 million homes. I've been in 2 different types of $1 million homes. I've been in the $1 million home that's on prime property, like near downtown San Antonio. That's like 2 bedrooms, it's built in the 60s, but it's on a piece of land that a lot of people want. I've been in that $1 million home. It's like, okay, it's a nice place, but you're paying for where you are. Then I've been in the $1 million home that's the fucking super gated community with on-site security, that you roll in and you feel poor immediately. Like, you feel broke. Super mega mansion, basically. I've looked into, like, I've been in one and it had like 6 bedrooms, 20 rooms total, 4,500 square feet. The backyard you could play baseball in. Like, well, not that ridiculous. Like, you could play, like, you could play soccer in, okay? Like, it's luxurious. Like, it's the stuff of dreams. It's the movie home, I've been in that. That's the $1 million home. It was like $1,005,000. So I've been in that place. I'd rather live here. If I had $1 million, I would rather live here. Okay. I'm sure taxes would be hilarious though. Bro, buying $1 million home in in British Columbia or Toronto gets you a small house in a rundown part of the city. I had a dream where I won an SSP2. Wrong conversation. So I forgot where we even got to this point. I really forgot how we got to this point now. But yeah, I mean, there's just been a lot of stuff stressing me out. Like I'm happy that I could be like honest here and say everything. To boy, what is up, my man? But yeah, that's kind of honestly as it is. It's just like I fear that I'm gonna have to pull back from full time YouTube, and I'm not scared about getting a normal job again. Like I don't have a fear of that. I don't mind it. I tried originally to, but a bunch of the jobs that I tried going to also wanted me dedicated so much that I wouldn't be able to go to any events anymore. Like I plan on going to Copperhead next month. I might be going back to Taiwan later on this year. Like we're talking over the flight details now. Like we're pretty sure it's going to happen. So if I were to pull away from full-time YouTube, then I would have to basically put a kibosh to going to any events, because the places that I could get hired at will not want me to go to big-time events. Like absolutely will not allow me to have that happen. Not when we bought, but my house is worth $1 million in San Antonio. I think like since like 2016, a lot of houses have gone up in prices quite a bit. I deleted my previous comment because spelling was so bad. What I was saying is that I had a dream that there was a classic army box on my floor that had a replicant in it. What I remember was an A12, had a K12. $1 million here will get you a decent ranch with a good chunk of land and cows. Yeah, even if you didn't want like the house, if you wanted like $1 million in just land, like property, you could get a pretty nice sized chunk of property. Alpha, this is what you wanted. And she's a little bitey right now. Home prices have doubled in the last 10 years. Yeah, even that $1 million home that I was just talking about, the one that I've been in, I looked it up and it's still going up. Like when I went into it, it was $1,005,000. I think now it's like $1,000,001. I think it's 1.1 million now. So whoever owns that place, they've been there for years and years. We need another YouTube, but for guns. YouTube is getting more and more ass lately. Oh, Aerosmith, the shame, the problem is, okay. No. She immediately collapses. The issue though is like with Rumble and Pepperbox and a few other channels, they want that kind of thing all the time. They want it to be like a home where they can post whatever they want when it comes to firearms or other kind of content that YouTube doesn't like very much, maybe some political speech and stuff like that. And it becomes an echo chamber and nobody else uploads there except for people who also feel that they are targeted. And the thing about YouTube is the discoverability. I can upload an airsoft video and get discovered by people who like cars, who like tech, who like playing with vacuum cleaners. You know, anyone can discover you. If I were to be uploading to Pepperbox, you know, I'm only going to basically be able to have content that might be pushed to other people in just the firearms community only. But I'm doing so much better if I was just on YouTube only. No one can compete with YouTube, and there's a lot of alternative platforms that people have talked about, but it just does not work. It just doesn't. In my opinion, if you push not only a really good video with a large gap of time between the content is usually 10 times better than chumming out a bunch. Maybe get a part-time job or two. I'm thinking, like, I'm not opposed to getting a normal job. I have no problem with that. The only thing is, if I do get a normal job, be it part-time or full-time, I will not be able to go to events anymore. I won't be able to do any of the big globe-trotting trips. I won't be able to go to Japan for 2 weeks. I won't be able to go to Taiwan for a week. You know, I won't be able to even get a weekend. Like, I'm going to be trying to, if I got a job, I'd be in realty or in car dealerships.
Holla, get dollar.
And then Alpha Kenny, I don't even have to change the thing because, Peto de Quito. Gato! Leslie! Acá! So, like, I have no problem with that. It's just that I would have to pull back from full-time YouTubing, and probably the only videos you guys would end up seeing then after would be reviews, countdowns. Excuse me, countdowns. No real big time trips. Like, it's not like I can go to New Jersey because a lot of places won't let me get all 3 days off. Because if I were to go to like a different state to go film, like as we did with ACS Airsoft, I left on a Thursday, I came back on a Monday. There's no way I can do that anymore. It would almost be like a one trip, like a 1 day thing. I plan on going to American Milsim for Copperhead. I would only be able to go for like a day. That's it. But there would be a lot of content restrictions on the US Airsoft channel. There'd be a lot of stuff I wouldn't be able to do anymore. Alpha Kenny, by the way, thank you very much for the $1 dono. I very much appreciate you, man. I really do. By the way, thank you all for 22 people watching. Again, if there's any questions you guys have about anything that comes to all this weird discussion and me just like trauma dumping, definitely ask. I have no problem with answering anything. What about summer and spring for car content and every other season for airsoft? Oscar, what's funny is I was okay. So I have ADHD and ADD, right? For anyone who has one or both, you know the situation of I really want to do this thing, and then a week later on, you're like, nah, I don't know why I thought about that. I'm not into that anymore. So whenever I want to really do something that could either be life-altering or a different path or a different job or something like that, if I really like the idea, like right now, here's a good example. I'm thinking about selling, and I'll just cant this over here. I'm thinking about selling my entire Fast and the Furious Jada car collection. Everything. Almost everything, okay? I'll probably keep like 6 of these. I'm thinking about selling pretty much all of them. And I could probably get like $800 to $1,000. I especially have way up here. Even if I tilted the camera, you won't be able to see them. I've got like the 1/18 scale limited edition light up cars that Jada did forever ago. And these are all like, I mean, you could buy these from Walmart for like $18 or something like that. But I have pretty much an example of every single one that everybody cares about. On the other side of this bookshelf is even more. And I'm thinking about selling this collection. I'm not collecting anymore. There's certain ones that I'm missing. I'm not into this anymore. It's kind of like when I used to have Funko Pops. I got bored of them. I wasn't collecting any more of them, and I just wanted them gone. So I'm thinking about selling all of these so I can put that money towards a PC build. And then I could even make even better content. I mean, it's just like money sitting on the bookshelf, and I don't really care about these anymore. But I've had that idea for about 2 weeks now, and I'm still not convinced yet. After about a month or two, if I still have this same sense about these cars, then I'll sell them. I can't really trust my own dedication things. Well, I have ADHD. It's brutal sometimes, man. Yeah, because I'm scared of like selling these, and then like a week later on, I'm like, shit. So, obviously, you won't make money off the eVic link or sponsorship, but is the YouTube views and ad revenue enough to live off of? I think this month I might only make about $900 or $1,000. About 3 or 4 months ago, it was about 4,000 almost. So, and it was always around like high 2,000 to like the low 3,000. And then the past months, it's just like totally fell the fuck off. And like a lot of other creators I've talked to have also kind of sensed that, and they sense that something's been going on in the background. And after going to VidCon and talking to all these other YouTubers and talking to these I keep calling them marketing reps, talking to these YouTube managers and other people, I kind of understand what's going on. So yeah, it's been pretty brutal. Do you know how to build a PC? I want to learn. I absolutely want to learn. I've watched a lot of like tech videos and building videos. I really like watching what's it called? PC Wars or Setup Wars, or something like that. So like Setup Wars or something like that, where like a lot of people submit their PC setups and gaming setups, and they all compete against each other for like the best setup of the show. Leslie, I cannot have you biting me and my wires. Get down. Get down. But yeah, I would like to learn. I really would like to learn. Are you medicated for it? I used to be. I used to take Ritalin I believe it was Ritalin. And after a while, it would make me aggressive and sick. So in school, I used to either there used to be a joke that I would beat you up and then throw up on you. In like elementary, I was a little asshole for sure. Basically, I didn't let anybody bully me, even if they could totally whip my ass. So I got myself beat up pretty badly. But I also used to just beat up random people for just like slight things, and it put me on alternative school pretty quickly. But my older brother, he told me when I was a kid, "Hey, you don't want to be on these pills because it makes you sick. So behave yourself, and you won't be put back on these." And I cut the shit. I stopped doing all the stupid stuff. That was a good way to get me to just behave. If you make a PC, you should make a US Airsoft Gaming account to make a bit more income. I think if I created a different channel, it would have to be on something that I know would never have problems ever again. It would either be a car channel, like automotive content, or a commentary channel, maybe. And I know a lot of people really don't like commentary channels, but it's such an easy way to make views, and I would want to do it in such a way that would be a little different. Like I like how Upaville does it. Like I've always, if I like way before I found him, I always kind of thought, man, if I ever did a commentary channel, it would be something where I'm like more on camera, different angles, and trying to be like a little bit funny, trying to put my own spin on things. I like Optimus. If you're saying Optimus, I've watched him quite a bit, but I almost feel like it's very quick and repetitive. Like he's trying to get the videos out there and just like dump them really quickly. But like I still like listening to him talk. And there's no point for him, I feel, to put a lot of effort into editing the videos and putting all sorts of dynamic stuff into it, if most people are just going to put it on in the background and listen. Leslie 2, Wire 0. She's a menace for my wires. She's actually biting my wires right now. No. Spray bottle, undefeated. Leslie always wins. This is the only thing that defeats her. This is her nuke. My cousin and a high schooler friend both hated their meds. They don't use them anymore because it would make it much worse. Ritalin, I remember, would do different things to different people. I said, go, wait. Ritalin used to do different things to different people. For me, it would make me sick and aggressive. For my childhood friend growing up, it would make her basically no emotions. She just like total blank slate. We're hardly ever seeing her be super happy. It was hard for her to make friends because people just thought she was a bit of a weirdo because she just didn't react to anything. Very smart person, but it really freaked her out, and then she became like a schizophrenic. I met a girl in high school. She was still on them in senior year, and one day she
Holla get dollar.
Yo, Leo. Thank you very much, my dude. Leo has set up a monthly tip. I didn't even know that was a thing. Dude, Leo, thank you very much, my man. And I guess, where are you? Recent donation goes out to Leo, my man. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate you. I have a bit of a headache going on for some reason. Probably just because my blood pressure is a little high or something like that. Leo, thank you very much for the $5, my man. I very much appreciate you. For Live Official, how you freaking doing? Scott, how many siblings do you have? You make it seem like you got a lot. Actually, that's a bit of a trick, a little bit. I kind of don't want anyone to know about like my siblings because there's some weirdos out there that definitely is, and some of my siblings are trying to look for really high offices, and I don't want anyone trying to fuck with them. You know, I'm sorry. I keep them a secret for the most part because I just don't want people like let's say let's say that some POS decided to try to dox me or dox one of them or try to ruin or like try to mess with them. It would be really bad, not for just them, like my siblings. It would be bad for whoever tries to go see them. And it would be really bad also on me because whenever, God forbid this were to ever happen, if someone tried to go after one of my siblings, they're very jumpy to their guns. They are very jumpy to their firearms. And they're the kind of people like, oh, I wish a mother would, I hope somebody would come to my house. I really wish somebody would try to step on my land. Let's say if something happened, again, God forbid this ever happened, if somebody ever blasted somebody who went to one of my siblings' places, I'd probably get a whole bunch of problems. So, yeah, I say things in such a certain way so people can't try to track people down, as they should. Yeah, I try to keep them very secretive, especially since a couple of them are still like little kids. Little kids. And so, yeah, God forbid that anybody would try to figure out who they are, Leslie too. It's funny is I actually put a bolo order once on myself back when I lived somewhere else, and one of my brothers, he was like, "Why would anybody ever want to try to go after a YouTuber? Why would somebody ever try to swat a YouTuber? You know?" He's like, "That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. It would never happen." And I was like, "Dude, have you never been online ever?" So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Anyways, I need to head out, my guy. Aerosmith, thank you very much for tuning in. Know that that we are here because of you and support you and your content. Aerosmith, thank you very much for the love, my man. I appreciate you. Let's see. Concentrate in 12 hours unless shit is great. People are stupid all the time. Yeah, I mean, it's a little wild sometimes. But I think for the most part, I think that's everything that's kind of bugging me right now. For the most part, I'm just worried that if something goes down on any more than it has already, then I'm going to have to either quit entirely or pull back so much from the US Airsoft channel that you guys will not see content as regularly as you do. I try to keep it to like a video a week or every week and a half, unless something happens like a funeral or like someone got sick or like I got sick or something like that. But it's scaring me a lot. It's scaring me a bit. Yo, Scott, how are you doing? Leo, Scott, you might have to go down the dark path in Minecraft YouTube. That's funny, as I like playing a little bit of Minecraft once in a while as a relaxation kind of thing, but I don't get very serious about it. I just blow shit up. Scott, do you think that airsoft content is shadow banned on YouTube, and if so, why? So that's one of the questions I wanted to ask whenever I make the YouTube manager interview. That's one of the questions on the list. Now, I've been told by someone at VidCon, like a pretty high up worker from YouTube. Sorry, I shouldn't have ate. That yes, YouTube does not want airsoft content on their platform anymore. That's what I was told. Dark web US Airsoft. I was told that they don't want airsoft content anymore. Some people are doing okay on YouTube right now. Some people are on the algorithm. And it's usually, as they told me, because YouTube hasn't figured out who they are yet and what they do. But when they do, they can always easily suppress the channel if they want to. I've talked to a lot of really big creators that I look up to. I'm talking multi-million channels. And the one thing I get told a lot that's like a little funny almost, and I don't like talking about this because it almost feels like an ego boost thing. They tell me, it's like, why don't you have more subscribers, dude? Your content is good. It's well edited. The thumbnails look great. Your titles are good. They're not like overly clickbaity. They're not trash like that. Like I get told by a lot of these super big channels that I look up to that I should be way past what I am, especially for how long I've been doing it. But it looks like I'm struggling constantly on YouTube. We put out the 1v1 with Turkey Tom, and I was being questioned basically at a lunch party. Why didn't that video go anywhere? Why didn't it go anywhere on Turkey Tom's other channel, on his other channel for IRL content? So I feel like it is, and so is the firearm community as well. But there's so many other restrictions where it's almost like YouTube is adding stuff and adding stuff. Little, like the saying, what is it? Death by a million paper cuts. If we just keep making baby steps forward to limit and limit and limit these firearms channels, and you got to remember that airsoft counts as firearms content a lot of times when it comes to YouTube's judgment. If we keep limiting firearms content as much as possible, just a little here, little there, little there, at some point these content creators will not be able to afford their content anymore, and they're going to have to go look to do something else. If a channel, like let's say if Donut Media, a lot of people know about Donut Media. I like watching them, but imagine if, hey, you guys can't be showing how to make these modifications to these vehicles anymore. It's like, okay, well, we can go do this now. Well, we also don't want you guys talking about history when it comes to modifications. Okay, well, I guess we can't do that. What else can't we not do? Well, you also can't promote anyone who makes car modifications. So you can't take exterior sponsorships. So now you can't make any outside money to make up for the inside money that you cannot make through YouTube. If that makes sense, you know? Because a lot of times, content creators, including myself, whenever we can, will take exterior sponsorships. That's why you see like World of Tanks or League of Legends or stuff like that. Concept, how you doing? Donut operator. I wouldn't say donut. I wouldn't say. I meant like Donut Media. So, I would say. Sorry, I lost my track. Okay, so whenever you see like League of Legends or World of Tanks or something like that, they're getting paid for those, of course, like obviously. But now, if YouTube says, "Hey, you guys can't be making money like that," and as for someone like me, I'll make money off the side from being sponsored by Evic or LCT for a promotion or ENL or whoever. But now, if YouTube's like, "Hey, we don't want you having those anymore. We'll take down your videos if you have these external sponsorships." Well, I was using those to make up for the money that you wouldn't let me make anymore by suppressing my content. So now I can't make money that way. So how else do I do it? Well, you open up a Patreon. You start doing channel memberships. But a lot of people don't like doing that. Like a lot of people don't like signing up for memberships or Patreon or all that kind of thing. And it's another thing you have to worry about. So you're being awfully nice. I'd imagine a lot of firearms company marketing departments are getting pissed about right now. Yeah, pretty much. That's why I've kind of, as like a little bit of a, not a conspiracy, I'm assuming that's why you might be seeing a lot more firearms commercials before YouTube videos. Because now if they can't do an external sponsorship between the content creator so they can implement the sponsorship into the video, why not go around and just pay YouTube to place their advertisements before videos? If you guys have noticed, there's more firearms related commercials playing before YouTube videos. And I'm noticing that a lot more now. Definitely cuts their profits. Yeah, exactly. The lower amount the income can be for firearm channels, airsoft channels. I'm guessing the idea is the more that we get limited, a certain point we're just gonna have to say, fuck it. Like, what else can I do? Like, if you're gonna get limited this much and you get so trotted down by all this kind of stuff, if you're getting punished no matter what you do, if no one can find your content, if people keep on commenting over and over that they're not getting notified about my videos, or I had no idea, like I keep seeing this, dude. I keep seeing comments of people telling me that they haven't seen anything from me the past 3 or 4 months, and they thought that I just stopped making uploads. And then they come on the channel and they manually have to look at all the videos that they've missed. So I'm guessing that the idea is after a while, if we just get so fed up with YouTube, we're just going to say fuck it and just stop making content. And that seems to be what YouTube is going for. Because at least we'll get rid of one of us, 2 of us, 3 of us. Over time, content creators will have to stop doing whatever they don't like. They want us to just accept their dumb rules. I would say, well, I mean, hey, it gets better, right? Remember that last time things got better for the firearms and airsoft content creators? No, seriously, does anybody remember the last time things ever got better for the firearms content creators? It doesn't really happen. It just stays bad, and then it gradually gets a little worse, and then a little worse, and then people figure out a way to play around those rules. And yeah. Same. You're 100 shadow. So you're not getting my videos either, huh? And it's fucking annoying, dude. How? Okay, chat. Tell me right now. Imagine if you were in my shoes, right? If you're focusing on a video for 2-3 weeks, you've maybe put about $1,000 worth of sponsorship money into making a really big video that you're absolutely sure will do very good in views, right? People will love to see this thing. Nope, people wouldn't even expect you to make this type of video. People will be wowed that you made this video. You're editing it, right? You're taking 2 or 3 weeks in this editing. It's going to be flawless. This video is going to be fucking awesome. Like, you're telling people, like your friends, dude, I'm about to post this video. It's going to do really well. Trust me, it's going to be great. And then you post it, and it flops. And people, like, you see so little people in your comments. You see people not even realizing, like, people commenting like a week or two later that they never got notified for it. They had no idea that you were even making videos anymore. Like, if you knew that no matter how good the video you made, you could make the best airsoft or the best YouTube video on earth. If you knew that no matter how good the video would be, no one's going to see it, at some point you're probably going to be like, dude, what the hell is the point? Why am I going to waste so much time to make this amazing if it's never going to go anywhere anyway? And then, of course, you might end up in the same situation I am, where you have friends and family who are just like, dude, just quit. Just quit already. Just get out of there. So that's kind of like the thing that bothers me sometimes. It really does. Because I hate the sense of feeling that I'm wasting my time. You know? And I know, like, stop doing it for the money. Stop doing it for the views. It's like, no, I totally understand that. But, like, we got to be realistic here. I need to pay bills. And you get told a lot as a YouTuber, hey, as long as your content is good, it's going to make views and people are going to subscribe. And I still believe that for almost every other type of content, you know? Like, I've seen a lot of firearms channels that their content's totally different from everybody else's. They put out quality edits. They're doing stuff that nobody else does. And it doesn't matter. I know car channels that do really good edits. They put a lot of effort into their videos. They do a lot of different stuff differently. But then it matters. It really does matter. They're some of the biggest channels out there. If you put a lot of effort into your content, you really give a shit about it, you really make a good video, it matters almost everywhere else but for firearms and airsoft. Yep. Hello, Leslie. It's lucky that I see your recent videos on my homepage. It really. So I almost should ask, like, the next person that says that they had no idea that I uploaded. I'm just gonna ask them, like, what was the last video that you remember seeing from me? Just, it would be kind of a curious thing. I haven't seen your recommended in at least 2 months. YouTube is taking notes from Australia. I'm so sorry this is happening to you, man. It's not just happening to me. Like, I might talk too much. Like, I will totally admit, I yap a lot. I always feel like it's almost kind of my duty to be straightforward with you guys and tell you guys what's bothering me. And it's better for my sanity. It honestly is, because I can chat with somebody. I can chat with a bunch of different people and get some stuff off my chest, you know? Like, after this, what am I going to do? I'm gonna film some more for the stainless steel AKM video. I'm going to clean up some dishes. And then I'm gonna go meet up with some friends at, like, damn near midnight because they want to go get Mexican food all super late. So the top 5 airsoft brands. So that was the last one. Well, that was my last video. So I'm still working on the next one. But I've had some family stuff come up, and I had to put a break on it. I've been in and out of some hospitals lately, so I just had to I just haven't had the time, is all. So if the next video doesn't come out, it'll probably come out around Wednesday, I'm thinking now. Because I still have to film some stuff. Tomorrow I'm going to a gun show. Saturday is kind of like my relaxed day, you know. Sunday I'll be working on it like crazy. I might be working on it late at night, like 2 or 3 in the morning tonight. So I can't remember if it was the brand tier list or the 1v1. No shit. You haven't. If it was way back in the 1v1, holy crap, does YouTube not want you to know about me? I was looking at my homepage while still watching to see if I could see something from you. It was a video from 2 years ago. The worst places to get hit. Wow. 2 years ago, huh? All right. Now, there has been a lot of creators will go back in their like top 10 most watched videos, and they'll try to reprise those videos again, like a part 2 or a part 3 or something, or they'll try to respin the video as like an update or something like that. What can you think of a video that you guys would want to see me revisit or make as a part 2, or do you think that's kind of like a shameless thing to do? Like, be honest with me. That was looking right now. Huh? I was looking at my homepage while watching. Oh yeah. Late night is the best time for Mexican food, honestly. I mean, yeah, when it's like 2 in the morning and a bunch of your friends are really drunk and they just really want some Mama Margie's. I'm not even joking. Like, I don't drink, but I've gone to Mama Margie's or like 2 or 3 in the morning because my friends are just totally screwed over. They can't drive, but they really want tacos. I've been at so many Mama Margie's while my friends are just totally screwed up. Colton, yo, how you doing? I'm pretty sure the last one of your videos that popped up on my homepage was the 1v1 too. No shit. You're gonna have to make a Chatterbait account to stream on to be pushed, unfortunately. I you know what's funny is I feel like if I made a brand new airsoft channel, like a whole brand new airsoft channel, and I did the exact same thing that I do on the US Airsoft channel, it would probably get a lot of views really quickly, and then it would just do the same damn thing. It would just like after a while when YouTube figures out what I'm doing, it would just like and just stay like that. Top 10 most beautiful airsoft ladies. Oh yeah, that'd be a great way to get in trouble with somebody. I think YouTube only recommends your videos if you watch a crap ton of airsoft. Other than that, if you barely watch it, then no one sees anything but kicking Mustang. I mean, some content creators will get pushed no matter what. Of course, because like you got to think about like who's the top people in the world. And then if YouTube wants to, I guess they could be like, hey, these are the representatives of that genre of content. Because like I know a lot of Linus Tech Tips, and I've watched. Wow, I don't know why my teeth whistled there. I know a couple other tech channels, but I'm sure that I'm missing a whole lot of bigger, like a whole lot of still big content channels from the tech space that I just absolutely don't know or care about. Just looking on my homepage again on stream, and I saw another older video. Time to start making OnlyFans type content because YouTube pushes that more than guns. YouTube pushes more scams and allows more bullshit. Like, dude, YouTube. I heard this in one of the videos I watched today. YouTube puts in a lot of effort and puts in a lot of time taking down safe content that shows safe gun practices and how to be safe with your firearms. They put more time and effort fucking over those channels than the scams and bots in the comments. Like, they are focusing their attention way too much on other things. I have also heard that the reason why they're going even harder lately on firearms content and anything related to firearms content is because of the attempted assassination on Trump. Now, I don't know about that though. Like, I can see that, but like, I don't. Maybe I'm being a little obtuse here because he was wearing a Demolition Ranch shirt, which I honestly, chat, I don't know. Do you think I'm tripping here, or do you think that if you know anything about the assassination attempt, right? I feel like the Demolition Ranch shirt that guy was wearing, that the absolute piece of shit was wearing, I think that was a plant, almost. Not by anybody else. I feel like he almost did that specifically because he knew it would cause shit. Like, that's just kind of my idea. I have nothing to base this on at all, but it's just kind of an idea that I've had ever since I heard it. It's all sus. Like, I don't subscribe to a lot of conspiracy theories. I really don't. Like, I have a friend that's a 9/11 denier. I have a friend that's a moon landing denier. But, like, I don't really subscribe to a lot of those ideas at all. But, like, this is one of those things where it's like, it's not a conspiracy theory that would really harm people or, like, disrespect a lot of people or anything like that. It's kind of like a theory of mine that, like, this was done specifically because that person knew it would cause problems, you know? Just kind of an idea. Matt would take my ass out. Dude, the ad under this stream is just straight hentai. There you go, Oscar. YouTube focuses more on the stuff that really doesn't matter, but it's totally cool taking the money from some really fishy stuff like that. So, honestly, it's sad that they censor guns because there is more to learn from videos about them rather than leaving kids in the dark. I heard another thing that they're willing to take down so many videos from Hitchcock45 of all people, who shows nothing illegal. He does nothing fishy. He does nothing sus. He's doing everything as safely as somebody as responsible would do. You know, wipe out all those videos, and there's even less safe gun content on the website. If you really if you really wanted to go after a gun channel, right? If you really wanted to get rid of gun channels, Hitchcock45 is not the person to go after first. Okay? He is not the first person to go after first. You have really fucked up. The only reason why I would say that they did that or tried to target that channel at all is because he's just massive. That's it. That's a small problem that wouldn't be worth giving your life up for. Du Bois. Wait, I'm confused. Where did that come from? That's a small problem that wouldn't be worth giving your life up. Yeah, Du Bois, I'm sorry. I don't know what that goes to. Could you clarify? I'm sorry. Divide the masses. I'm gonna be honest. I think they'd ban you before they would ban Mini Lad or Chris Tyson. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I know about the whole the Chris stuff. I know about that. Mini Lad. I mean, he's a nobody now. And then every time he tries to make something new, doesn't like YouTube have a panic attack and let them know about it? Arctic Airsoft, how you freaking doing? They need to leave Grandpa of all gun information out of their stupid agendas. I'm only thinking they did it, or they tried to target him just because of how big he is. Let's see. Have you talked about Demolition Ranch yet? I was only saying how I kind of think that the shirt that was on the would-be assassin, I think that he purposely wore that because it would possibly either be a plant because it would affect a lot of the gun community in some way or another, or because it would help him blend in. So I think the blending in part makes more sense, though. Like, even as me, who thinks that it might have been a plant. Wearing the Demolition Ranch shirt to cause YouTube to ban gun channels, you're good, man. Yeah, I kind of think it could have been something to do, just as like, hey, I might die, but let me see if I can fuck up as much stuff as possible before. Like, just so I can have more of an impact. Why not? Like, oh god, I shouldn't say that. There was something I was about to say that would be absolutely horrendous, and I'm not gonna say it. But like, I kind of feel like either it was done to blend in, or he was just like being an extra piece of shit on top, and just be like, yeah, let me just see, like, if I die, they'll try to blame this on Demolition Ranch too. Why not? Doppler. Still streaming? I am. I mean, I've been up for about an hour. I've had this like pulsating headache, and I think it's just from like high blood pressure or something. High blood pressure kind of runs in my family, so for me, I usually get it when I'm like stressed out. I know that guy didn't have any firearms training. You don't aim for the head at 130 yards with a red dot. I mean, I don't know, man. There's so many like like a lot of stuff that was unanswered. idea. Make a sexy anime girl avatar, a voice changer, and bam, VTuber. I honestly feel like I would do so much better as a commentary channel. Just talking shit about all sorts of things I find interesting. Because, like, if I ever did a different YouTube channel, I would purposely think of, like, I would sit and think about what's the least, like, offensive thing I could do that YouTube wouldn't try to go after me for. And that I actually like, you know? And it'd probably be either, like, a commentary channel or, like, an automotive channel. Like, if I did automotive content, it would honestly probably be about, like, me just going to car shows, going to meets, like, safe meets, none of that street takeover bullshit, like, screw that. Like, going to, like, Cars and Coffee and actual responsible car meets, and talking about new vehicles that interest me and see if they're, like, you know, really worth it or not. That's kind of like what I would do. Airsoft, he was pretty close enough. Wait, what? I agree. I know that guy didn't have any. Well, I mean, meh. Conspiracy theory channel. No, I don't want to do that. What would be kind of fun? What would be kind of fun, but I wouldn't base a whole channel about this. I like looking up conspiracy icebergs where the like the guy who's doing the video explains how people could even believe a certain thing. You know, there's one over World War. There's a video I've watched a couple times, especially when I go on really long trips. Like when I drove out to California this past year, I watched it. It's like the 9/11 conspiracy theory iceberg, and this video is like 4 hours long. It's a huge video. And I like that video a lot because he goes over all the conspiracy theories that he's ever really heard, or the information that people don't know about. But he explains how people could theoretically believe these ridiculous ideas. Like some ridiculous ones where like there weren't planes at all. Like there were no planes at all. It was all like CGI'd with explosions, all timed out perfectly on live television between all of the news networks and the people that were running cameras. And it's so absolutely bizarre, bonkers idea, right? Like nobody with a working brain would believe this. But like I almost like to hear, all right, I'll hear you out for a couple seconds. Try to entertain how your idea somehow makes sense. I like listening to those. Like my friend, whenever he was a moon, like my friend, one of my friends, I'm not gonna oust him. One of my friends, he was a moon landing denier. Never believes that ever happened. Now he's changed his mind because we had to like really explain things to him. But like before, me and my buddy Connor, who's also like a really big space nut, we had to ask him. Yeah, exactly. In 2001, yeah, that was one of the big things. Like you're giving these people way too much credit. In 2001, we can't even really do that shit now. But anyway, I love space and alien theories. Yeah, they're really interesting. They're very interesting stuff. It must have been CGI. Yeah, Pixar's look cursed back then. But yeah, he was a moon landing conspiracy theory guy, and we asked him, it's like, okay, why do you not believe it? And it's like, because it's impossible to do that. How is it impossible? It's like his idea was, you're telling me that people could make a spaceship and fly that thing out of the Earth's orbit and go to the moon in the 60s. That's impossible. Could not happen. And that was basically his reason, is because it's so bizarre. It's so much of a monumental thing that could... I'm actually going to put the plasma ball on. It's such a monumental thing that he just could not see happening, that it couldn't be real. So what my buddy Connor said, it was a pretty good point that almost can be used for a lot of different conspiracy theory debunking, is there's so many people that would have to be involved in that to work that would never say anything, that there could never be a whistleblower that has credible evidence. And you would think there would be so much credible evidence against the moon landing that would completely outweigh the evidence that we have for it actually happening. And then there's stuff that you could actually look on the moon with a powerful enough telescope to see the stuff that we left behind. Like, that's all accounted for. Just finished Skinwalker Ranch a week or two ago. So funny. Huh. If I murdered a North Hollywood bank robbery, which AK would most be applicable? Okay, so we'll come right back to this. So I've actually had the same theory. Not the same theory. I've actually had the same idea to do the North Hollywood shootout, like loadout. So if you'd want to do it as closely as you could, I would say, I know E&L makes this too. It would be more accurate. Let's just say AKM. What the hell is it? It's an Ames rifle, I think. I think it's an Ames rifle. It's like a whoa, hello. What did I do here? What the fuck is going on? I don't care about that. Okay, so you would want something. Hello? Okay, so yeah, you'd want something like this. Okay, maybe not like that. Okay, maybe not like that. Damn it. I'm not looking for the one with like the. Okay, basically you'd want something like this. You'd want like the Romanian like Ames rifle, but you'd want the dong on it. I'm trying to look for a really good photo, but I must be getting something wrong here. Let me look up LCT Ames. I don't know what the hell is going on with Google here. Why is it doing that? What the fuck is it? Why does it keep doing that? Is it trying to load? Okay. So, yeah, you'd want something like this. I love this guy. This guy's awesome. Yeah, you'd want something like this and with drum magazines. So, I would say probably the best bet would be to either get an E&L or an LCT. And the only reason why I say get an LCT is because you'd want this style of AK, but you'd also want one of these guys. So LCT makes like the best drum magazines for airsoft out there. So these would fit perfectly in this, and these things feed like 25 seconds without having to wind them up again. So I would honestly recommend like that setup. I've wanted to build the same thing before, so I kind of have an easy answer to go to. But yeah, that's personally how I would build that kind of thing. Underfolder isn't Romanian, right side folding. Okay. Yeah, I get that mixed up a lot. I forget which one that would be. Stream gets taken down for showing a tiny EVIC logo. That's the funny thing, is the rules are not did you turn off? No. The rules are not one-to-one for every type of content on YouTube. You can get away with a lot more stuff in shorts than you could ever get away with in long-form content. When I mean long-form content, I mean normal videos. I don't mean like 40-minute long videos. I mean like normal YouTube videos. Stuff that gets demonetized every single time in my normal YouTube videos will not get demonetized in shorts form. And that's because YouTube is still trying to compete against TikTok, and they just started pulling ahead of TikTok at their own game through YouTube Shorts. So it's all hands on deck, and as hypocritical as they possibly can be, as long as it means that they get one over TikTok. So that's another reason why I was posting so many shorts this past month. That almost kind of looks like I'm holding the duck. That's another reason why I was posting so many shorts, because I wanted to test how much bullshit that I can get away with that I cannot get away with in my normal videos. So I got a lot of good answers out of posting a short almost every single day. And then after talking with those representatives at VidCon, yeah, I basically got exactly that answer. Is you're allowed to get away with a lot more stuff in shorts form, but not in normal form content. And then when it comes to live content, it's almost even more strict than normal form content, because I like you guys have seen, I can't touch replicas anymore. I can't, mess with their parts and stuff like that for the most part. So YouTube doesn't like that shit. Like, I could get this live stream taken down right now by picking this rifle up and showing off a bunch of stuff. But we have tested that out too in a couple other live streams, and the stream will stay up. So, weird. Went to my first airsoft game tonight. Got my elbow shot out, but had a great time. I enjoy the content. Devin, thank you very much for watching. And it's awesome that you got to enjoy yourself. Even though you got shut up a little bit, but we all do. You've been posting shorts? I was posting shorts. I was posting shorts every single day for like 2 weeks straight at the beginning of this month. So that'd be funny if you never even knew I posted shorts because YouTube didn't want you to know that either. The problem with America is we aren't willing to accept any different viewpoints. There's so much missed opportunity to have varying mindsets. Maybe one viewpoint can see the others can't. I was watching a video that what is it? There's no difference between a differing viewpoint and hate speech. So of course I disagree to that, of course. But the idea was, if you disagree with me, you should be ousted immediately for that. So yeah, I totally agree. There's a lot of like mob mentality. There's a lot of my team is the best team and my team can't be wrong at all. Like, either way you vote, either side of politics you are, or mindset, a whole bunch of different things, a lot of people see it as there's no possible way I could be wrong. There's no possible way that my team could be wrong or do anything wrong. And everything that they do is justified as long as we get the results that we want, regardless of how crazy it gets. And I've always really hated that. But then again, if you try to talk about that to a lot of people, some people don't like that shit one bit either. I know somebody, and she's a libertarian, and she tells me all the time about how she keeps on getting told that that's not a real thing. Just pick a side already. So, yeah, I never even got any of the shorts, even though I watched a ton of them. So you didn't even get recommended any of my shorts videos. That's cool. I didn't know there were so many shorts up until now. I just checked. How many people are going to tell me that they don't get notified or see anything of my stuff? And it's just because they have no idea. You guys should not need to check my channel every single day to see if I've made content. That's ridiculous. Like, and that doesn't just go for me. Are you guys getting notified about other content creators in the airsoft scene? Like, are you seeing... Like, if you're subscribed to Alphonse or Valiant or Jet or anybody, are you getting notified about their content at least? Wait, never mind. I got like 2 of them out of 14. Let's see. Shorts are different. Shorts are different, yes. YouTube is giving me political recommendations. I just want my funny content. I think shorts are intended for discoverability or taking a day away. I only watch US Airsoft in Airsoft. Okay. Wait, you only watch me? That's interesting. Thank you very much, his little cousin. And that's why you're mod. What are you doing up there? Are you being a kitty? Just climbing shit? Leslie, everybody. That's Leslie, my kitty. I'm not seeing anything from any Airsoft content creators. That's a pretty good point. That's a pretty good point right there. Speaking of Airsoft Alphonse, I was in one of his videos. I think was killed by him. Congratulations. But yeah, I guess it's a good point. Are you guys seeing any like recommendations or like your subscriptions are being filled with Airsoft content like it should be? Or is it specifically just me? Oh, I see Alphonse, Jet, Valiant just fine. Just specifically not you? What the fuck, YouTube? I want that comment to be remembered. What are you doing? You just chilling?
Holla holla get dollar.
Kenny! Hello, Leslie. He says hi. He sends you $1. Kenny sent you $1. Thank you, Kenny, very much for the cat food money. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Kenny. I guess technically I have to change the recent donation. Ooh. Thank you very much, Kenny. How should I... I'll just put the whole thing. But yeah, I definitely want to know that. Are you just not seeing me, or are you not seeing anybody in the airsoft scene in your recommendations or your subscription boxes? Like, definitely let me know about that kind of stuff, because I keep track of that, especially whenever it comes to later videos when I'm trying to make some points about things. I definitely could use all that kind of input. Holy moly, Parrot Cat. Yeah, she likes being on my shoulder once in a while. Like, she's totally content. Hell, I even get Blue Jean Operator notifications more often. Wow. Love that guy though. No hate to him at all. That's just wild, dude. I get a bunch of notifications from everyone I follow. I got a notification from Wag this morning from his latest video. So wait, does that plays Luctera? Hopefully I'm saying it right, Luctera. Do you get notifications for me though? I see pretty much everyone but you. DeBoy. Okay, that's another person telling me that. And please don't like say that because I'm trying to get evidence. Just don't say that just because that's like what I want to hear. Absolutely be truthful with that kind of stuff. Do you absolutely not actually see content from me at all, no matter what? Like that's definitely something I want to keep track of. I see pretty much everyone but you. That's just wild to see that actually that's a thing. Okay, well, I guess I'm starting to get some recommendations. What happened? I'm asking chat if they actually get notifications for the US Airsoft channel, or if it's just no. Like, they don't get any notifications from me. Because I'm getting people in the chat telling me that they get notifications for everybody else but me. I don't know if this really counts for anything, but I just uploaded my first Airsoft video yesterday, and I feel like it got pushed a lot more than my other stuff. Yes, so we were making a point of this earlier, because I was told that new channels that start posting airsoft content actually have a better chance of getting discovered and get more views than channels that have been established for a while. A good example is actually a friend of mine, Mustard Tactical. Ooh. Mustard Tactical, he uploaded the playing a milsim for like 24 hours with gas blowback guns, and that video did very good, like very, very well. And he's even surprised. He's actually really surprised by the views he got. But he like, it kind of makes sense from what I was told. He's a new channel for the most part, making airsoft content, so he kind of makes sense. I see no one, so I see no one, Ayrton. Nailed it on the name. Thank you. Yes, I do get notifications, but they are usually an hour or so late, which that sucks a little bit because the first 2 hours of a brand new video matter almost the most. I don't know if this really counts or anything, but I also get notifications from Brandon and Donut Operator even after they get age restricted. I mean, they are bigger, so they technically make YouTube more money. So that's always been a theory. Do you know why Dutch Hooligan hasn't posted anything in 4 months? I haven't talked to him in a bit. No, I haven't heard anything about that. Airsoft Kitty. I do see Airsoft stuff, a bit of it being you. Okay. The only one I constantly get in my inbox is Evic's channel. Okay. So everyone knows Mustard Tactical is also a huge Minecrafter. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything specifically because I don't know. I don't know what needs to be out there. Oh yeah, I get his stuff all the time. He's great. Kyoto, who we're talking about there. I get notified about some of your long form videos, but don't ever get notified about your shorts or have anything of yours in my recommendations. I might be that I haven't posted any airsoft content in like 9 months. Yeah, so it'd be like a resurgence. It would be kind of like a resurgence for you. We can put this in the practice as a sort of test. I've been working on the first few videos of my new airsoft channel, so maybe we can put the theory to the channel is getting more light. I would say though, you have a better chance, but it still has to be a pretty good video. Now, that's like what's a good video is up for debate because I mean that's like an objective thing. But if you put some time and effort into it and you make a video that you're for certain should be good, Like you've put mustard. Okay, yeah. If you put like some editing into it, you explain things, and it looks like a really good professional video, you'll probably have a really good chance of getting that video viewed. Especially everybody likes to see a new person on the scene. You know, hey, is this new guy any good? So, Hollenbeck Minecraft content. Let's go, Hollenbeck. I don't do Minecraft though. I wouldn't become a gameplay channel. I definitely wouldn't. There's so many of them out there, and I get a little lazy with games kind of quickly. So catch up and aim. Someone plagiarized your video and gets more. If somebody plagiarized, like just stole one of my videos, that wouldn't work though, because YouTube keeps a cache of stuff like that. I would get notified almost immediately that somebody just re-uploaded my content, and I could take it down or warn them or do whatever. The first video has been taking actual months to make. Oh, so that's what you mean? Like you've been putting months of effort into it. Okay, so yeah, it should be pretty good. If you're taking that much time to make sure it's really good, then yeah, hopefully it comes out really great. She is like falling asleep. Time to make the Lego channel. Only what's funny is I used to joke that like, hey, if this airsoft thing fails, I'm gonna make videos about toy trains. What's your click-through rate if you can share? Yeah. Lego. Click-through rate. Can I pull that up easily? Because I was testing something out with the newest video. So, okay, so I will show the Airsoft Gun Show video. Let me see if I can find click-through rate here. Go to engagement, key moments. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Give me one sec. Okay, so if I was looking at key moments, I'll try to show this off as best as I can. I'm literally editing the footage as I watch this. Yo, Crazy Russian Hackers content is whack since he started catering to the algorithm. I mean, it makes views if you just don't care really. I haven't watched them, so I can't really say anything about it. But like, if you literally stop giving a shit about everything and only pay attention to what's popping, like the algorithm, the what's trending right now, you're going to make the views. Absolutely guaranteed. Like nobody can deny that. If you make good content and you're only catering to the algorithm or to what's popular at that moment, and you're using keywords correctly and stuff like that, you'll get the views. Absolutely get the views. Will your audience like it though, or will it pertain to everybody in your audience? Most likely not. We've seen a lot of examples like that. But a click-through rate for the, let's see if I can make that show up, for the Airsoft Gun Show. So that's what it was about. And generally, it can look like that quite often. Especially, I can pay attention to where things peak and where they don't. For the LCT RPK review, that video was demonetized. That video was demonetized because I showed LCT's logo. I'm not allowed to show logos of LCT or almost. Oh, she fell asleep. Leslie fell asleep. Kenny, this is what happens when you donate $1. She falls asleep on my lap. So this video was demonetized because I was showing LCT logos, and I think I showed the EVIC logo too. So that's an absolute no-no. You can't show people that. So this is the 65% of viewers are still watching at around the 30-second mark, which is typical. So this is the click-through rate for the LCT RPK video. And it's kind of hard to show up on here. Click-through rate is how many people that click on your video when it's recommended to them. So that would actually be, where's that at? Oh, video. Laptop's dying. Leslie, I can't have you on my lap right now. I'm sorry, baby. Give me 1 second. Bro, my last video, Arma 3 gameplay, was taking longer to make than a Soviet Womble video. So I just stopped. Leslie at some point accidentally unplugged my laptop. Kind of funny. I'm literally... Oh, no. Ducky. Come here. Let's see. This might not exactly work out for me to show off every single one of them. Let's look at the top 5 favorite airsoft brands video. If I go to average click-through rate impressions was 5.2% on the 5.2% impression click-through rate for the top 5 airsoft brands. Now that video got demonetized because I showed off the EVIC logo and the E&L logo. Because I was putting like a sponsored like segment just to specifically test that was what YouTube did not like. It didn't like it, demonetized the video, so I took that chunk out and then I re-uploaded the video. It got premium ads immediately, and I was able to upload that video and it made 23,000 views, which is a return to form. Not entirely, but a pretty good return to form for our views. Now the Airsoft Gun Show video had a 3.9% click-through rate. The RPK review had a 4.2% click-through rate. So more people clicked on that, but it made less views and had a harder time to even get to 9,000. The Gold 8AK made 3.7. The top 10 unique airsoft loadouts, that is demonetized, but that broke through like the demonetization hell that sometimes happens. But that only has a 4.9% click-through rate. So, yeah, the numbers don't quite make sense for me. They really don't. The click-through rate for the 1v1 with Turkey Tom was at 4%. Let's see. I'm trying to think, what's my most viewed video? My most viewed video is at 3.2 million views. It is the 250 airsoft guns shooting compilation. And the click-through rate on that is not shown. That's weird. That'd be really funny if I can't find this. Yeah, click-through rate is not an option. Yeah, it's not showing me that. That's actually interesting. I've never noticed that. Why isn't there... Wow, okay. I can't even show that. That's kind of... It's a little shocking. I'm not allowed to see the click-through rate on my most viewed video. My second most viewed video? Nope. My third most viewed video? No. Okay, so I can't really even decide. Thanks for sharing, Scott. Not a problem. Okay, so 4% is average, as YouTube said. Yeah. So it's just that you have to get rid of logos for retailers and manufacturers. No logos, no promotions of their stores or of brands, and no links to them at all. Which kind of really ruins any kind of form of sponsorship if you can't even tell people to go and find the stuff there. So wait, 4% is like average across all of your YouTube videos as a whole? Lately, it looks like. And then on the most viewed videos, I can't see it, which is very weird. So yeah. I'm trying to go back to I'm trying to look at my last video that broke 100,000 views, which was the 5 types of rich airsofters. 5 types of rich airsofters. And my impression click-through rate is 6.1%. Can I get this to show? 6.1% click-through rate. That's a successful video. That's a successful video. So even if I have videos that are somewhat close to that, 4 or 5%, doesn't matter. That 1 more percent is what makes a viral video for me. So it's like, it really doesn't make any fucking sense. I really don't. Which kills sponsorships. Yeah, how am I supposed to pull in extra money into the channel if I can't do the thing that sponsorships want? I can't do it. It's not allowed anymore. My shit will get either deleted or I'll get strikes for it. Supposedly. I haven't seen it yet, but that's what I'm being told. So they just want to prevent people from easily acquiring them, as if it makes things safer. Spoiler, it doesn't. Yeah. What's up, Leslie? You want to come back on my waist? My little lap. Oh, that's cool. So, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I can really talk about here. Feel free to ask any more questions if you have them, but I can't really listen anymore because I don't want to think about my favorite airsoft YouTubers such as you being deleted because of what our sport is. I always try to be realistic with you guys. I always try to be honest with you guys. I don't hide shit. So like I always try to be honest with you guys, but that's just kind of how it is. Wildcat Airsofter, how are you doing, man? It's a bad situation. It really is. Hey, they promote people getting actually hurt. War footage. I'm not sure how much war footage actually has full monetization though. My best video has 1.6 thousand views and a click-through rate of 31%. Wow. Do my numbers make sense then? His little cousin, does my click-through rate make any sense to you then? All right, guys. I'm not sure what else there is I could talk about. Leslie is kind of just here on next to my laptop. Yo, what my vid has 3.7 million. That's wild. You have a video that has 3.7 million? That's great. Won't last long. No. It says some tips and stuff and says 4% is about average. Obviously, viral people are much higher. So, would you say that my click-through rate makes any sense? Because it kind of doesn't to me. Retention is good. Like, I've always been told, like, from other YouTubers that I'll share my numbers with, like, that my retention looks really good. Mostly salty because someone made a video very similar to mine and 60K views, and I don't get any impressions anymore. Oh, yeah, that sucks. That sucks when it happens. A lot of times it's not, of course, it's not meant. Like, there's another channel, and I don't want anyone going after him. I do not want anyone going after him. If you go after this guy, if you say anything bad to him because of what I'm about to say, you're a piece of shit. I don't want that. I don't want you here if you're going to do this. There is a YouTuber who makes some countdown videos as well. He's doing pretty good with them. But he's made a couple videos that I could swear that I said that I wanted to make them somewhere. I swear that I've said, hey, I'm going to be working on this video in the future. But he put the video out first. And I'm like, well, shit, now I can't do the same thing. I'm going to look like an asshole if I do mine now. But honestly, I feel like he had no idea. It was just because it was an easy video to do. He thought it was a good idea. And it just happened. And I have no problem with that. I watched the videos and I think they're great. So, yeah. Sometimes that happens. It sucks. But it's going to happen eventually. You're not the most unique brain on the earth, you know? Yeah, I'm not going to name him. That'd be fucked up. I don't want anyone going after him. I'll ask Taryn next time I consult him. And it was uploaded yesterday on a basically dead channel. No, 3.7 click-through rate right now. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I'm not sure what else. If there's any questions that you guys might have or whatnot, feel free to ask. This is a kitty. Say hi. Don't name him. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else going on, guys. I think I might log off for now. I'm going to go ahead and probably clean up around here. I'm going to have another saltine cracker. I was actually watching a couple of videos over, like, Easter eggs and, like, the full breakdown of the Terminator series. And I've been watching every single Terminator movie.
Holla holla get dollar.
Yo, Lone Wolf up in here. Lone Wolf with the biggest donation of the live stream. How's it going, Scott? Been a while since I caught a live. Lone Wolf, thank you very much for the 10. I'm going to take a small bite out of this cracker. Bigger bite than I thought. Shows cat instantly unshadow banned. Lone Wolf, I've been kind of stressed out, man. I'm sorry. We went over everything in the past hour and 44 minutes, and I was just about to log off. It's been very, very scary lately, you know, man. But Lone Wolf, just got himself in here last second. And dude, thank you very much for the 10. Very much appreciate you, Lone Wolf. Big love in the chat for our boy Lone Wolf. Biggest donation of the chat. I very much appreciate you, my man. Get airsoft goggles for your cat. I would kill a motherfucker if he shot my cat. I'm sorry. Show up for Scott, stays for Leslie. Wildcat, thank you very much for tuning in. Regardless, my man. Honestly, would be sad as you and Dutch were the reason I started airsoft and making. If anything ever happens, I'm gonna go out with some really good stuff first. Like I'm not just gonna disappear, you know. And it ain't gonna be now, unless YouTube themselves shut down the channel. I'm not just gone. If the channel gets purely demonetized, absolutely cannot make a dime off the US Airsoft channel, I'm gonna go straight to Twitter and I'm gonna bitch for days until I get that back. I know a lot of friends that could help me get that back. I figured you have I figured you have a lot thanks to YouTube changing the rules again. Yeah, my stress levels have been pretty crazy right now, and then I've got some family stuff going on too. So I'm a bit stressed out. I really am. Going back to click-through rates, my two most popular videos have a click-through rate of 10.7 and 10.4. That makes more sense. So how are my videos with a click-through rate of 3% or 4%? That's the norm for me. And the video with a 6% is my last 100,000 view video. That's wild. Car guys always protect family, cats included. So, yeah, that's kind of about it. Dude, thank you, Lone Wolf, for tuning in just near the end and dropping a 10 bomb. I very much appreciate you, man. On a different note, how long do you think an Echo 1 PMG-5 minigun would last in a meltdown video? If I had an Echo 1 minigun, like one of the legit 6-barreled old ones, I would cherish that thing. I don't know how long a straight-up minigun would last. Probably destroy the buckings. I feel like that would probably be the thing. Random topic, can you please talk about how much places mark up the price on the damn HK1? I mean, isn't it like a limited edition gun? So, like, I'm not sure what those prices are. I'm not really into it too much, so I haven't looked into it. But, yeah, I can totally understand if, like, the prices are all over the place. They're not, like the same everywhere. Leslie is just, like, licking my hand for some reason. Scott Hollenbeck, can you email me back after stream? Sent you earlier this week, if you can, about the thing. Yeah, I'll try to take a look at it a little bit later on time, my man. I'm sorry, just some things are going on. I also think it's YouTube pushing the smaller channels more. Yeah, as we were talking about earlier, they do a pretty good job at helping people find new content creators, and I'm never against that. I'm not against that. So, I guess that's a great thing. That's definitely just a great thing all around. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. We almost made it to the 2-hour mark. I got some stuff I gotta clean up. Actually, is it really 10? Holy shit, it is 10:20 already. I gotta take off in 40 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump on to the dishes that I have stacked up over there in the kitchen. They are kind of stinky. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of some dishes, guys. I want to thank Alpha, Kenny, Brody. I want to thank Leo. I want to thank Lone Wolf for all the donations. You guys have been awesome tonight. Very much appreciate every single one of you guys. I want to thank Dub Boy, his little cousin, Coyote, Wildcat Airsofter, Arctic Airsoft, and every single person that tuned in, everyone who liked. Everyone's just chilling. Quick question for the end. SEMA AKS-74U as a silly protection gun? I mean, for a protection gun, not really. I don't recommend any airsoft guns to be used for protection. But the SEMA AKS-74U is a really, really great pick. It's a really great pick for beginners and even the experienced. Have a good night, Scott, then. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Thank you all for just being here and for helping me get some stuff off my chest. But good night to you all. Good morning to you all. And have yourselves a great weekend, guys. I will see you guys as soon as I can. A lot of stuff's happening right now, but I definitely want to come back and do another live stream. But thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Good night, everyone.